In 500 BC, there was one empire so vast, so magnificent, that the ancient world believed its king ruled by divine right. An empire whose roads reached the ends of the earth, whose kings commanded nations, and whose glory still echoes through time. This was Persia, the empire that ruled the world. This is not just history, it's the story of how one empire ruled the known world. If you love uncovering lost civilizations, make sure you subscribe so you never miss the next forgotten empire that shaped humanity. It began with a dream of unity, justice, and destiny. And from that dream, the Persian Empire was born. But how did it rise? How did a single tribe from the Iranian plateau forge a civilization that united half the known world? And what made its golden age unlike any other in human history? Today, we journey through fire and stone into Persia's golden age. Before Persia became legend, it was nothing but dust and mountains. Yet among those barren lands, a young prince named Cyrus dreamed of destiny. In 500 BC, he united the scattered tribes of Persia and defied the mighty Medes. Against overwhelming odds, he triumphed. From the ashes of old kingdoms, a new empire was born. But Cyrus was more than a conqueror. He was a builder of nations, of laws, and of mercy. He freed captives, respected the faiths of others, and ruled with justice rare for his time. Even his enemies called him Cyrus the Great. Under Cyrus's command, Persia stretched like sunlight across the horizon. From the deserts of Egypt to the mountains of India, no border could contain its ambition. Trade routes flourished, cultures mixed, and ideas flowed like rivers between worlds. But even greatness must pass. When Cyrus fell in battle, his vision lived on, reborn in the mind of Darius the First. Darius the Great was not merely a ruler, he was an architect of civilization. He built the empire's heart, Persepolis, a city of marble, firelight, and gold. Its stairways rose toward the heavens, carved with scenes of unity among nations. He created the Royal Road, stretching 2,700 kilometers across the empire, where messengers rode with words of kings faster than any in history. And his greatest creation was order. He divided his vast lands into satrapies, provinces governed with loyalty and law. He introduced a universal currency, standardized weights, and systems of justice. This was the first truly connected civilization, a world governed not by chaos, but by structure. But peace never lasts forever. Across the Aegean Sea, small Greek city-states dared to defy the Persian kings. In 490 BC, Darius sent his armies westward, and at Marathon, the thunder of Persia met the defiance of Greece. Though Darius fell, his son Xerxes carried the torch and vengeance. His armies crossed the Hellespont on bridges of ships. They marched through fire and storm toward the gates of Thermopylae, where a few hundred Spartans stood against 1,000,000 Persians. The clash shook the ancient world. Athens burned, the seas turned crimson. But from that war, two civilizations were forged, the East and the West, forever intertwined. After the wars, Persia stood unbroken, still vast, still rich, still radiant. The Pax Persica, the Persian peace, allowed knowledge, art, and trade to flourish. Astronomers studied the heavens. Architects built palaces that defied time. Merchants connected Asia, Africa, and Europe through golden trade routes. And through it all, the Persian kings ruled not with tyranny, but with vision. Even Alexander the Great, upon conquering Persia, stood at the tomb of Cyrus and whispered, "If I could be any king, it would be you." Centuries later, Persia's flame began to fade, but its light never died. Its language shaped empires that followed. Its art inspired the world. Its ideas of tolerance, law, and unity became the backbone of future civilizations. From Babylon to Byzantium, from the palaces of India to the courts of Arabia, Persia's echo lived on. This was not merely an empire of conquest, but an empire of wisdom, balance, and vision. So when you look at the ruins of Persepolis under the golden sun of Iran, remember, this dust once crowned the world. Here stood kings who built not just an empire, but a civilization that still whispers through the winds of time. Empires rise and fall, but their stories remain eternal. Subscribe and walk with us through time, where every stone, every legend, every forgotten name lives again. This was Persia's golden age, the empire that ruled the world in 500 BC.